Welcome to Stargate SG1 for the first time still, not a Star Trek podcast. My name is Jeff Aiken, and I'm watching Stargate SG1 for the first time.
And I'm Brent Allen, and I'm watching Stargate SG1 for the 47th time. But this is my first time going through it looking for those Star Trek-like, nay, not a Star Trek podcast, those sci-fi messages.
There you go.
You know, those messages that give us a moral, a message, a meaning, as our friends at Mission Log would say. Those messages that give us a hope for the future, hold up a mirror to society, or just show us how to be better human beings to one another.
We're going to get right into it. We're watching today.
That is really fast, Jeff.
It's really fast.
I like it.
Well, normally
I'm
this is
for
where
it.
we talk about the rule of three and the references to Babylon 5, but we don't have our sound effects for that, so
Yeah.
we're just not going to do it.
Yeah, you left them back in Portland.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
So today we're watching Tin Man.
No, Tin Man.
Tin Man.
Tin Man.
Tin Man.
Green.
Purple.
Green.
You were the wrong ones. I'm supposed to
Whatever.
be green.
no, that's the fun. It doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
you just pick one. And
I grabbed the scarf. It's what it is.
Exactly.
Brent, tell me about Tin Man.
Yeah, so Tin Man, this is the 19th episode, Jeff.
Yeah.
19th episode of season 3. Season 3.
Wow.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, we jumped way ahead.
Yeah, season 3, Babylon 5. Actually, we're in season 4 now. Whatever. I've still got season 3.
Yeah.
In the
It was just
muscle
a little
memory.
just a little while ago.
Right. No, this is episode 19 of 22. 21. Remember that first one? It was a little weird. I will tell you, the last 3 episodes of Stargate SG1 and the first episode of last 3 episodes of season 1 and the first episode of season 2 form a kind of a continuous story.
Okay.
Like the first 2 are a little more standalone, then you get the actual 2-parter.
Mm-hmm.
But that we're getting ready to head into an arc. So this is kind of the last episode before the finale of the season.
Cool.
You know, and we'll see if your prediction was correct. This is all leading to Skara and Sharae and Apophis and that big showdown.
Yep.
But anyway, so this is that last one. Tin Man. Tin Man, do you recognize that reference?
He's
Have you
the
ever heard?
woodcutter from Wizard of Oz.
Yes. Now this is actually something we could count. We're not going to, but Wizard of Oz references.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of them through Stargate. Wizard of Oz and Simpsons.
And Simpsons.
Yes,
Okay.
Simpsons specifically because Richard Dean Anderson is a big Simpsons fan,
Okay.
so he throws a lot of those in. But there's also a lot of Wizard of Oz.
A lot of Wizard of
references.
Oz. Cool.
You're going to meet a character today.
Wow, we've met a lot of characters.
Yes, this character's name is Harlan.
Harlan.
I bring this particular one up. I let you know about Harlan because he was named for Harlan Ellison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Consulting producer on Babylon 5,
Yes.
writer of City on the Edge of Forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Although I'm sure he
He probably leans on the Babylon 5 one more than
yeah,
this.
right. So anyway, with that, why don't we go ahead and jump into Tin Man? Hey, if you guys are just joining us for the first time, because every episode is somebody's first time.
Yep.
The way this works is Jeff and I are going to watch Tin Man right now. We're not going to stop the video. We're going to keep the video rolling. And if you're on Patreon, you're going to get the uncut, unedited, full version of us watching this and reacting to it. If you're on YouTube, we'll cut it up for you guys. Got to mind those rules, and you'll catch that reaction video.
And if you're on an audio podcast, you're going to get a little jump, and you're going to meet us at the end of the episode. And when we get there, I'm going to share my for the first time reaction, and Brent's going to share any of those sci-fi messages that he's found. Brent, let's roll.
Let's get it.
Ooh, I like this. Foul language.
Is there foul language in this one?
That's what it says.
13 plus foul language. How foul could it really be?
It's like poopy butt.
Ooh, who's got the Stargate in a warehouse?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your colonel speaking. Welcome to P3X9er89er, where it's a balmy room temperature. Fan it out.
They had Arkham paints.
This always reminds me of basically every like RPG video game I've ever played.
Right.
They always have the warehouse
Uh-huh.
level, right? Uh-oh.
And the all-seeing eye.
Well, the lights are on, but there's nobody home.
The
technology
claw.
seems advanced by comparison to what we've seen on most of the human-inhabited planets, maybe even more advanced than Earth.
This place has seen better days.
Running on vacuum tubes, like high-quality stuff.
I really want to see the letters on some of these pipes say G and D in.
Right?
You know?
The goes nowhere.
Does nothing.
Origin.
Yeah.
Teok, you ever run into something like this?
Are
I have not.
You can hear the Tin Man up there. At least they showed him. It is totally the Gomtu from Next Generation.
There you go.
It's a little one, little Gomtu egg.
Computer.
Seems like I know one of these. I'm pretty sure my
Whoa!
yeah. I'm pretty sure my old car made that sound every time I made a left-hand turn.
Wow, wow, wow. They're all on beds. Okay, so they got blasted, picked up.
Look at the shirt he's wearing.
They're on future beds.
Are they shiny if you put a light on them?
Carter?
They're wearing Under Armour shirts?
How do we get into these outfits?
I don't know.
Yay!
Comtraya! Is this Baron
Comtraya!
Harkonnen? Comtraya!
I think that's a greeting.
Colonel Jack O'Neill, kumbaya.
Comtraya.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Why'd you attack?
I like the subtitle that said corrects in foreign language.
Attack, yes, of course. It would seem that way from your perspective. I am Harlan. I am the last survivor of Altair.
Okay.
Excuse me? The last survivor.
I now need to cross-reference Harlan Ellison and
The
Altair.
only one on this
Oh,
planet?
yeah. Oh, yeah, let's see what that is.
Yes. 99,207,000 of your hours.
Well, that's 11,000 years.
Look at you.
How did you know that?
That's right.
You just say the number with confidence,
Wait,
and
how
that's
did you
all
know
you
that?
need.
See? Everything is better. Even your minds, you are all much, much better.
Better than what?
Because I have given you a great gift. I have made you all better.
We're gone. We're out of here.
I think it's super reasonable. And if he took all their weapons, how does Tilk still have his laser staff?
Well, it may not be recognized as a weapon.
Yeah.
There is so much you must know first.
Does she have her GDO? Oh, there she goes.
Yeah. Apparently they got their gear back. This is totally like a action role-playing game thing. They're all passed out. They get their gear back.
Yep.
Honestly, good for Jack. He's like, you know what? You're not going to talk to us. We're out of here. How long have you been here? Do you notice you have no pulse? Are you hungry?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Look like Catch Yourself White, man.
What the hell was that? Get that on.
I no longer possess a Goa'uld.
What? Oh, no. I don't need to see that. Oh, wow. Okay.
That's a heck of a thick layer of epidermis.
Yeah.
Just a little misunderstanding. It's an order.
Relay that order.
Made you better by loading your consciousness into
I
a
like
column.
how Hammond opens the door.
She's
and it
busted.
gets louder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like how, like,
Call
they're...
that human blood?
It's dangerous. They got guns. And he's like, I'm just going to open the door and walk in here.
They're all imposters. He or whatever he is has no detectable heartbeat.
It makes sense because there's no way they would think it's anything but the Goa'uld.
Right.
You know, there's something bad happened to him. It's going to be this, but it's pretty fascinating because that's how they're going to operate now for a while.
Right. But they do have enough experience at this point with other cultures and knowing that there's other races out there other than just Goa'uld and human
Yeah.
to know that it could be something, but
they're nefarious and malicious.
the
so
Goa'uld's your first.
Yeah.
Your first deal. Okay, so what do you think's going on right now?
They
Like, you have a bunch of information. What are you piecing together?
So Zathras went ahead and loaded the consciousness of the SG1 crew into Tin Men.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know the motivation yet.
Okay. And Zathras.
He's totally
like
Zathras.
Oh yeah.
Pretty soon he's just going to be like, yeah, nobody ever listens to Harlan. Like,
I appreciate that so much.
maybe they used the Tin Men because they were dying. This happened 11,000 years ago. It's a way to preserve their race.
Where are their bodies? What happened to their bodies?
Well, it's
They're now
11,000
robots.
It's 11,000 years ago. They died, composted.
No. SG1. Like, where's Jack and Teal'c and Sam and Daniel's? Like, where's their physical bodies? If their consciousness are now in these robots.
They're in there in Bacta tanks, and he's going to run experiments on them.
Basically, they're Jean-Luc Picard's.
Yeah, pretty
They're
much.
golems now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All right.
We got a lot of references on that.
Oh, we do.
We still have our rights, Jack.
What rights are you talking about?
Right?
Colonel, no matter what he's done to us, we're still...
Human?
Yeah, you're not.
Is that what you were gonna say?
I'm curious if they're going to like talk about, hey,
Harlan said we'd be back.
we didn't have to eat. We don't have to use the bathroom.
Now we know why.
And if Harlan...
Welcome to SG1's Measure of a Man episode. Or not.
They're just going to tease it. Here's a huge question. We're not going to spend any time on this.
Right.
Colonel O'Neill, whoever you are, I've decided to
Gotta
send
be.
SG5 back to PX3989, see if they can shed some light on this.
That's a mistake.
Why?
Because old Harlan will do to them what he did to us. I think it's imperative that we come back.
Oh, yeah. The battery's wearing out.
Get Dr. Fraser.
He's going to be standing right there waiting.
My strength returns.
2 minutes later than I
Ran out of
expected.
energy. Well, if these bodies are machines, they need a power source.
Talk about wireless charging.
That's 1998. They didn't have that yet.
Come try it.
They came back and now they got their energy back.
They have this place is more
Where you
advanced.
belong
They didn't have it back
now.
home.
Here is the only place you can be.
Has it occurred to anyone that all
good
we
point.
are now is robots?
Yeah. What are we gonna do about it?
You can get mad into this hand, spit in the other one, come back, tell me which one fills up first.
Don't worry. Just talk. Robot to robot.
I'd be trying to figure out how I can get a power source back to Earth. Maybe this is just who they are from now on.
Well, if you think about it, the human body is just a machine. and
I hate that
flawless
idea.
work requires-
Yeah.
That's a
No, it
pretty
isn't, but
standard sci-fi idea.
maybe-
That
Yeah.
the body is
Harlan was
just
right.
a
Maybe this
machine.
is-
So much more than a machine.
It is.
I mean, we're still us. We're still unique.
Machines don't feel.
Every thought, every feeling.
Yeah, there you
Have
go.
you felt hungry or...
Oh, there it is. There it
There you
is.
go.
No.
I wonder if they can taste. If you could, that'd be awesome. You could eat whatever you wanted.
I wonder what's going on. You know, Jack, like, so they poked a hole in one of his tubes
Got some
and caused a
lubricant.
leak, and then he sliced open his arm and peeled it back.
Yeah.
Is that getting
Needs to be alone.
fixed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it like regenerate itself, or is
Yeah.
it just fine to have like an incision in your robot skin?
So what's keeping us going?
Reserve power, like when you went back to your world. Not much time. It is the reason I created you. We must work together. Please help.
Tell him what to do.
Yeah. They just hit buttons.
I had to shut down most of the vents. We have to open more and reroute the ventilation.
Piniel's like, I'm strong now.
Right. I feel like he and Sam, I would be expecting them to be like actively problem solving this. I mean, they'd be doing this, but they'd be talking about like,
Right, it's rusted shut. I can
how do we solve this? But Daniel's been weirdly quiet through this whole thing.
Well, you know, Jack's been a little boisterous.
Yeah, it's true.
Can you choke out a robot?
Yeah, if you could like stop like its lubricant tubes or whatever, cut them off, and eventually it'll lock up.
Is that how that works?
I don't know.
I mean, if you're a robot designer at that point, don't you like build a brace around the tube so they don't get pinched?
Yeah, probably.
You have succeeded in venting sufficient.
Hey, Tilk did
pressure.
that
Come
with
try
O'Neill's body.
Right.
Yeah.
So the question, of course, is like, where's the body? Is the consciousness still in the body? Because otherwise, Tilk's gone.
Right.
So my guess is yes. Consciousness is still there. It's just a copy paste.
No, go away! Harlan, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, be
Or
well,
just,
please.
you know, back up on a thumb drive.
Synthetic of teal.
Do our bodies, our real bodies, exist somewhere?
Yes.
He's sad. He just wants some friends.
That's it right there.
Then I want you to put us back. Now.
He needs some friends and some help maintaining the place.
Wanted to. No, it is impossible.
Why?
I will show
Me,
you.
I know why. I know why.
Okay, so they're laid up in that similar place they found, like, replica. Oh, and they're awake. I wonder how aware they are. It's like torture.
Well, they're looking, so.
I wonder if they're going to stay with him. They're going to be like, we'll stay. Send us back through, and we'll stay.
The original.
That'd be
Better
something.
even. Once I knew the transference was successful, I had intended to send your organic selves back to your world,
Maybe you should have told them that.
their world.
Hey, you're fine.
We can never go back.
No, you belong here. You are welcome here.
But what about us?
The math is pretty simple. They can't survive not there. And I think Jack's starting to do that equation where he's like, we have to stay.
They either off themselves or they stay. Yeah. But they also can go forward with comfort and knowledge that
they're still living their lives.
Yeah. But they have to come to terms with the fact that that's not Jack O'Neill. That's not Sam Carr.
Yeah.
You know?
And that they'll be doing this for millennia.
Yeah.
Where is the other one?
He's getting ready to go home.
Yes, all for the best. I hope in time you will forgive me.
In time.
Oh, you can.
You were just trying to survive.
Yeah, he gets it.
And we will. All will be well. You will see.
We'll play board games. It'll be so great.
People are not supposed to live forever.
Maybe not. But if you try just a few hundred years, perhaps you might change your mind. Yes?
Yeah, I've been here 5 minutes with you, and I'm done.
There's a point. Try a few hundred years. See how you feel.
Yeah? Don't knock it till you try it.
Don't forget to bury the gate when we're gone. Like that's something I'd forget.
Yeah. These are the episodes where
See ya.
doing a bunch of comp shots
And
are just expensive.
Yeah.
should have that looked at. It's
Just get the body double, shoot it over the shoulder.
have a good life.
I wonder if they use the same body double on each side. Or like, did they give him two
Right.
body doubles, like one in one makeup, one in the other, and he had to go change?
Oh, I like how he does the...
Yeah. I just need him to do
You have
this
to
and then
twist
flip it.
Yep. Oh, and that's it.
There you go. Because that's how Stargate episodes end, right there.
Just like that.
I will transition this time.
You good? It's almost like you know what you're doing.
Almost. When I remember what I'm doing
Yeah.
to do it. All right, Jeff, you've just watched Tin Man for the very first time. You went through that. Come try ya! What about it?
What a fun episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really enjoyed this.
Did you really?
I don't know that we were supposed to enjoy it. Right? Like,
Yeah.
it posed some really big questions.
Yeah.
I said, when we were watching, I realized at some point that this was, you said Thomas Riker. I said it's the clone of Trip, in Enterprise. And you kicked off even by saying this is Stargate's Measure of a Man.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. And then they, whatever. But it was a cool idea.
Yeah.
The character of Harlan, aka Zathras, super annoying, but perfect for what he was supposed to be.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I think that was great.
Sure. You know who he reminds me of? You remember the episode of Voyager where it was one of Voyager's like horror episodes. So it wasn't as funny as this, but they met the hologram that was like the maintenance hologram on the other ship.
Yeah.
He went a little cuckoo, but like it kind of has that sort of vibe to it.
That vibe, totally. So Harlan, you said it earlier, is a homage to Harlan Ellison.
Yes.
You were going to do some cross-referencing. Did you do the cross-referencing?
I did, and a few things popped up, but there was a lot of words on each of those pages, and I couldn't go down to see. Like there was like 3 pages I found that had the word Harlan Ellison and Altair in it, but I couldn't tell how they were connected.
Okay.
So
yeah, so the planet they went to is called Altair.
yeah.
So we're trying to see where that took them. I thought it was interesting. There's a couple themes like I'm picking up again. A lot of themes in this season that are there. One, the story ends with Jack telling Jack to remember to bury the gate.
Yeah.
Seems like burying and blowing gates up is a pretty standard operating procedure.
Well, if you bury the gate, you don't allow the gate to be able to operate because it can't establish the wormhole.
There's no
right?
whoosh.
Yeah. So that's how they basically disable the gate. Blowing it up is really bad.
Yeah. But it's just I find it remarkable that they're traveling these worlds and learning new stuff, but then they're like, "Yep, never again."
Yeah,
shut it down.
It's like they don't understand how to pull the plug on the gate.
Yeah,
like just go unplug it.
Take the power source out. We saw that. We saw that happen before.
Yeah, go up to the DHD, pull the crystal. You're done.
Done. Problem solved.
Right.
Then you have this nice big monument to when you used to be able to travel the galaxy.
Yeah. And never put that crystal back in.
Yeah. You hold on to that bad boy. The other theme, and this is only the second time, but we got this in Torment of Tantalus.
Yeah.
But that concept of somebody being alone for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. And so in Torment of Tantalus, that was, I mean, it was rough. We saw him go through stuff. Harlan, we had to infer it a little bit more, you know, him being super lonely and all that. But it worked well. I mean, I was annoyed by his personality at first, but the fact he'd been alone and desperate and people, like most of his friends chose to die, you know, to not take this new consciousness thing. It's pretty heavy stuff. It was interesting how the Gould in Teal...
the friends, I always interpreted that as they went through the process, they were fake, and then decided to not stay fake.
They almost go, so Harlan says to Jack, you know, give it a couple 100 years, see if you like it. I wonder if that's what they did. They gave it a couple 100 years, and they're like, nope, power down, we're done.
Yep.
And that's a sci-fi theme that you get quite a bit. That whole, is immortality as great as it's cracked up to be?
Yeah.
And generally, sci-fi tells us no.
No, it's not. Right. So, and a big piece of that being, and we actually just saw this over on Babylon 5, where it talked about it turns to ash in your mouth and all this kind of stuff. And supposedly the idea is because you fall in love, and then that person is mortal, so they eventually die, and so you have to go through this heartbreak, right? But I wonder if you're an immortal, right? Like, play this out. So if you're an immortal, what if a part of your deal, and you understand this, is you understand seasons of existence. And this particular spouse, this particular love was for this season. And yes, it's very sad when they die, but I'm not going to... You don't opine them for the rest of your existence and let it obliterate your existence as much as, man, I'm sad that they're gone. I miss them, but that was for that season. There is a new season upon me, and there can be a new love. Like, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know,
we see that play out in Buffy and Angel, because you got vampires who've lived for hundreds of years and have either had relationships with mortals that didn't, you know, they died, or with other vampires where they went different directions and came back together. Darla and Angel come to mind with that, and that didn't go well when Connor was born at first. But the other one is Highlander, right? That's almost the whole point of Highlander. Yeah. And they do opine after them, but in a nostalgic, you know.
Well, I think what you see is it's a trope for the bad guy of when you get to their thing is, oh, they lost their wife, they're trying to restore or they're trying to get that back. One of the things, I don't know if you saw it, or maybe we did it in our last, what we call our council chambers over at Babylon 5, the character of Morden, apparently in some of the extra materials, his deal was he lost his wife, and he made a deal of saying, if I do this for you, then you bring my wife back.
Yeah.
And so his entire motivation was getting his wife back. And, you know, I love my wife, but I think once she's gone, she's going to be gone. Like, it's okay. Like, we understand, there's the other side of the immortality thing, is we understand that we are mortal. There does come an end, and it's going to be sad. It's going to be awful. I'm going to miss them terribly. But it's not going to wreck everything and turn me into an evil, mad scientist.
I think that's another question sci-fi asks a lot. That exact story happens in the first Dune novel, where Harkonnens have Dr. Yui's wife, and if you betray the Duke, we'll give her back to you. But then you have ones like, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where they had Replay, where they would revive the dead pets, you know, but it wasn't quite the same. You get it in a couple other things, but it's not really the person, you know. So it's like, I'll do anything to revive this person, and they do it, and it's always hollow. It never actually works, which is that same theme of like mortality having an expiration date that we don't know of. Give value to life.
Well, and that's what was so beautiful. And I know you have your problems with the Picard series, but that was truly what was so beautiful about the end of season 1 and the conversation with Data. Was termination is what gives everything value. And they actually had this conversation maybe in Nemesis, in other parts with Data before, is the artificial life of, because you end, that gives everything meaning. And you know, and his request is like, let me end. Let this be it. you know. And of course we thought that's what it was before, and it turns out it wasn't.
And then it wasn't again, but you know, I mean, it's it's fine.
It's like, how many times are you gonna bring this dude back?
Right?
Like, seriously.
He's got some weird contract.
We got him back in season 3 again because
Right.
we had to somehow get the crew back together, and well, crap, we already disintegrated them. And
let's just bring him back. It's probably fine.
but it's also sci-fi. Nobody's truly dead. We can always bring you back somehow.
Exactly. There's always a way. We talked about during the episode.
That, by the way, is what we call a rabbit trail.
Right?
Let's go ahead.
We do that sometimes right here. We talked a little bit during the episode about there's a line when you've got the robot versions of SG1. We'll call them SGR.
Okay.
Stargate robots.
I like it.
So SGR and SG1 are talking, and there's I think it's Sam just kind of says offhandedly, hey, I think over time, like, we're going to become different people.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty profound thing to think about, how just all of those, your family, your brothers and sisters, you go off, you become different people. It happens with married couples, you do things and you become different people. We all become different people. But I thought it was neat that that's kind of the basis for this whole world of Stargate is we parsed humanity out. The Gould came and plucked them, put them on planets, and they become something different.
Yep.
This is like a little microcosm of it with the team.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty neat. Pretty cool.
I like it.
Yep. Super fun episode. I enjoyed it, whether I was supposed to or not. I did. That's my first time reaction. Brent, what kind of sci-fi messages did you pull out of this?
Yeah, I'm surprised that you liked this episode as much as you did, because I didn't think you would.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really didn't think you would. This is an episode that I put this in the realm of like a brief candle. Like, I enjoy it, but I'm not gonna. I'm also not like, oh yeah, it's this episode. I love this episode. That's me.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you enjoyed it because you got it more than that. We had a few episodes throughout the course of the season where the message was just bonk bonk over the head.
Yeah.
I jokingly said, and kind of turns out it wasn't really that much of a joke earlier, that this was SG1's Measure of a Man episode. Now, Measure of a Man was an episode that was very clearly bonk bonk over the head.
Yeah.
We had these questions. What is life? Who gets the rights to the life?
Yeah.
Do they both have rights because they both have the memories? Well, what makes life? What made Jack the robot? What makes him Jack?
Yeah.
And Sam said it, like, our experiences are what's going to differentiate us from this point forward. But as we sit right now, we're the same.
Yeah.
So,
right now, the only difference is biology.
Yeah, exactly. So you have those messages, but here's the thing. This episode, I think, falls into the trap of, say, episodes like Emancipation and a few others, particularly from earlier in the season, where it asks the question, but it does nothing with it.
And it barely asks the question.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It sort of throws it out there, but it doesn't discuss it. If they would have revealed SG1 as still being alive earlier in the episode, and then had this discussion of, well, who is the real SG1? Who gets it? And even if they came to a conclusion or didn't, they just left it up to us, that would have been really fun. As it was, it's just, hey, here's this out here. And like, oh, so these guys are out here now. I don't really feel a resolution to this story because they're there.
Yeah, and they're going to live.
What's going to happen, like,
for millennia? They're going to be there for so long.
But I mean, Jack especially, he still has the mind bleep that he's got to work through.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And what do you do if you're SG1 and you know that you have clones out there?
It's got to be wild.
Like, I'd kind of want to go hang out with myself.
Totally check in, right?
Yeah. Like, I not that I'm that narcissistic, but like, turns out I have a particular connection to this person.
Yeah, a little bit. Well,
it's like a twin all of a sudden that I never had.
It's this is a tradition apparently down in Australia, also in parts of Babylon 5. But what you do is you just start walking.
Right.
So you run into yourself and then you talk till you've said everything.
Yes.
There's actually some value
the first
to that.
person that you meet and you're drunk, probably not it.
Even though they're totally it, they're not it.
Yeah. Even though that's it. Yeah.
You basically have to do that whole thing again in a different different context. Yeah.
Now, I did think there were a few messages that you could pull that weren't necessarily the point. You know, there's, I loved Teal'c when he said to condemn Harlan would be to condemn us.
Yeah.
And there's really this point of like, look, we can't do anything about this now. So why are we going to go exact revenge on this guy when actually he can't undo it? This is where we are.
Yeah.
You know, I liked that. Basically, you know, don't be a jerk.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially if you can't undo it. You don't have to always go for that. Also, I think there's a big piece we could pull out and we could talk about, and we won't go too far into it, but if Harlan would have just told SGR, hey, here's who you are. Here's why you can't go. This is the nature of your existence now. It would have been much easier for them to accept it than having to go slice his arm up.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, I think that.
And if his wiring went, then apparently all he has to do is shoot him, disintegrate him, and then build a new one.
Make another one.
Yeah.
This is, to that point, the entire conflict in this is completely contrived.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, this could have been a nothing burger of just, hey, so check you out. Like, go ahead and peel open your skin. Yeah, you're a robot. You have to be here.
Mm-hmm.
You're still alive.
Yeah.
You're still there. In fact, in a little bit, I'm going to send them back through. And they're going to live
and
their
they're
life.
going to live their life. You're going to have your life.
Mhm.
And yeah, but I mean, think about that. They get to go on cool ass adventures. I got to stay here and fix a broken down machinery factory that does nothing.
Yeah, and hang out with dude who does the middle finger wiggle thing to say thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah, and not the cool middle finger wiggle thing.
What would you do if you were the robots right now?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I wouldn't give it a couple 100 years, but I'd give it like a couple months, and then I'd go for the long walk. And maybe not. I'll give it a while.
Now, you know what I do?
So-
I 100% know what I would do.
Yeah?
Yeah. This is because I'm SG1. In my mind, body notwithstanding, I'm SG1. This is who I am. This is my training. The Gould are out there. They're bad dudes. I know that I can be off planet for how many hours before I power down?
Yeah. Couple.
Right. Also, I happen to know that there's now power sources I can take with me to redo some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not burying the gate.
I'm going to be SG1A.
Yeah, I'm going on missions.
It reminds me.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
This famous person says, so an angel comes down and says, world's going to end in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do?
Right.
First guy says, me, I'm going to run to the church. I'm going to pray.
Yeah.
Other guy says, I'm going to go to the bar. I'm going to drink and get a bunch of whores and just live it out.
Yeah.
Third guy says, me, I shall finish the game. You would finish the game.
Yeah.
That was Billy the Kid, Young Guns 2.
There you go.
Yeah.
Regulators.
That's right.
I don't know.
Love those movies.
So, yeah, but that's totally what I would do. Yeah. Anyway, all of that to say, I'm going to bring this one back, and this gets maybe a half a chevron for me, just for asking the question. But outside of that, it was an interesting episode. This is a laundry folding episode to me. You know, cooking dinner while it's playing in the background. You go in and out. It's fine. I've seen it a bunch of times.
It works.
You know? I don't change the channel because of it. You know.
Yeah.
Unlike a few others.
A couple other ones. Now, I think half chevron's good. We, during the episode, were able to.
First commandment.
But we were able to pull some stuff while the episode was going. But that was just you and me.
Yeah.
There was nothing in the episode for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do a rating based on chevrons of how strong this message is. You get to talk about how much you just enjoyed the episode. And I love that you actually enjoyed this episode. Like, even more, this might be the funnest I've watching this episode in a while.
Yeah.
Funnest, most fun. Whatever.
The funnerest.
You're going to get to put this into our season 1 ranking, our definitive 100% completely accurate ranking of Stargate SG1 season 1. Our current top 5, Jeff. I don't know if this is going to crack your top 5, but the current top 5 is Torment of Tantalus, The Nox, Enigma, Cold Lazarus, and Korai. I'm going to go over the second top 5 because I'm having a feeling it might find its way in here. We'll see what you think. That second top 5 is number 6 at Brief Candle, then Bloodlines, Broken Divide, Children of the Gods, and Thor's Hammer. And Solitude's at 11. What in the world? Jeff, where do you place this episode, 10 Man?
I appreciate how you laid out the listing of episodes here because you basically gave away the ranking at the end. Because Holy Crud, Solitudes is at number 11.
Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It is absolutely crazy. Did you do your homework?
I did. I'm keeping it there. I watched it. Well,
You're out of your mind.
I haven't done my homework because I was supposed to watch it until I agreed to change it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's where it's going to go.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, it's going to stay where it's at.
Yeah.
For this one because Tin Man.
Yeah.
Is going to be our new number 12.
All right, right above Singularity, Fire and Water, Enemy Within. That's a good that's a good placement for it. I think that's a good placement for that episode. There are episodes that are higher than that episode that I think should come down.
Yeah,
but that's Brent's ranking. This is Jeff's definitive ranking.
Immutable.
So,
yeah.
Exactly.
No, I think I enjoyed this episode. Mm-hmm. I made a note early on in it that I'm like, this episode is moving so slowly. Like at first but then it picked up. It got a good pace. It had some exciting stuff. It was fun to watch.
Just think about Hammond and Dr. Fraser back in SGC when the real SG1 comes back through, being like,
cut your arm open now,
right?
Slice it.
All right, Jeff. That's gonna do it for us. Watching Tin Man. Next week we have an episode titled. You're gonna love this title. There, but for the grace of God. There, but for the grace of God. Jeff, what do you think? If you care to, you can just pass on this if you want, but would you care to make an out of the box, just off the top of your head prediction of what There, but for the grace of God might be about?
I've passed on a couple, but I want to guess on this one. So longtime viewers and listeners of Babylon 5 for the first time know that I am an active practicing Catholic.
Yes.
I bring that up because I follow the Pope. And all the news out there, it's a tough job. You know what they say, poping ain't easy. But
nobody really says that.
It's just me.
That needs to be a t-shirt.
Poping ain't
Fabio,
easy.
Get on it, buddy.
Yeah.
T-shirt. Poping ain't easy.
Give him a little Stargate symbol or something.
Right.
Put it on his little head.
Put a little SG1 FT.
So Pope Francis, when he was relatively new in his pontificate, talked about a time that he was in Argentina,
right?
And he was where he was the Archbishop or Cardinal of Brazil, but Argentina right next, and he was visiting a prison.
Yeah,
and which is a thing, many Christian faiths. It's one of the corporal acts of mercy that we perform, is visiting those who are locked up. So he's doing that, and he says this pretty profound statement of, "There, but for the grace of God, go I."
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that if we all got punished and caught in whatever to the fullest extent for everything we did, we'd all be doing some hard time.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So
I think you can also say that you can apply that to anything. Like you're walking out. I try to teach my kid about this, being generous, taking care of others. What does it look like with the homeless population?
Mm-hmm.
And to realize, hey, but for the grace of God, that could be you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many people are one paycheck away from that happening.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very real thing.
Yeah.
So what that makes me think of is appreciating where we are.
Okay.
So Daniel is a guy who's got he's got a past, right? I mean, I don't know a lot about it, but I know that some guy who goes to another planet and then marries the person, that's not a thing people normally do if they don't have some baggage.
Sure.
So this is going to be a time travel. No, this is going to be Stargate's A Christmas Carol.
Yeah. Okay.
Daniel is going to travel back in time and see things that he did that he thinks he regrets, but it's going to tell the story that you had to do these things to get where you are now.
Kind of like It's a Wonderful Life.
There you go. Yeah. Yep.
Or, Stargate's version of Tapestry.
Yes, exactly. Right.
Which, by the way, my personal favorite episode of TNG.
It's a fantastic episode.
Great episode.
Yeah. Just let the dude stab you in the heart.
Yes.
It sucks, but it makes you awesome.
Is there a John Luck Pickard here?
Is
there a Daniel Jackson?
So yeah, that's what I think it's going to be. It's going to be a Daniel Jackson focused episode where it's a wonderful life. Yeah, it's more of that than A Christmas Carol.
I will tell you, you're not entirely wrong.
Okay.
Not entirely wrong. We'll
Okay.
talk about that more next week.
Awesome. I can't wait.
But that is going to do it for us this time on Stargate SG1 for the first time, where poping ain't easy. Thank you guys for joining us. Please, wherever you are, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, rate, review, all those sort of things. If it's available to us on the platform that you're taking this in, whether you're on Patreon or on YouTube, on your podcatcher of choice, Audible,
yeah,
which is pretty cool.
Not only are we on Audible, but so is Brent.
That's true.
Just gonna put that out there.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. My first audiobook. It's
kind
pretty
of,
cool.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah. It's kind of weird though. Like it's out there. It's my voice, but it's not my words.
Yeah.
But still, it's cool. Yeah. Anyway, that is out there. So you guys make sure you go out there and do all that stuff for us. That helps us out a lot. And please, the best thing you can do, share this episode with somebody that you know who loves Stargate SG1, or somebody who needs to know our Stargate SG1. They can join Jeff on his journey for the first time through. So until next time, my name's Brent. That's
Jeff. Brent.
Jeff, what's up, buddy?
Come try ya!
Oh, for crying out loud.